If you tapped on this video, it's probably because you're trying to resell colognes. In this video, I'm gonna drop everything I know on how to resell colognes and how I make $7 grand a month, and the month isn't even over. This video isn't a challenge video or anything like that. It's just my experience reselling colognes. If you guys stick to the end of the video, I'm gonna drop you guys an extra tip that'll boost you from only making 1K reselling to even upwards of 10K. But for anyone new that's just starting reselling, what reselling is where you find a vendor or supplier to source you products like these that are one-on-one exact replicas of the real products that you are now able to sell for a discounted price because they're replicas. But since they smell so good, a lot of people will message you, a lot of people will buy from you, and you get high profit margins because you get them cheap. So that's a quick rundown on reselling. Now I'm gonna get in depth on how to actually start and how to start making real money doing it. Step one of reselling is finding a vendor supplier. You're not gonna be able to sell any products if you can't get any. So what a vendor supplier is it's someone who sources you these products for extremely cheap and they're exact one-of-one replicas of the real products. For example, I'm gonna choose, let's do Baccarat, it's pretty popular. It is an exact replica, every word, everything. You have all the prints, and you even have QR code plus the barcodes at the bottom, even in different languages like the real bottles. And if you don't think like anything good's on the inside, here's one of the LV ones I have open. You could feel the print right here. It has the text on the bottom and even the magnet cap. But if you don't want to spend hundreds of dollars trying to find a good vendor and all your time waiting for the products to come in, you can go ahead to my website that I'll link as the first link below, and you could buy my cologne supplier. I have a lot more. You could buy the whole bundle if you want to try other niches, but if you want the cologne supplier, it's right there. Once you pick up your vendor or find one, you can go ahead and place an order. It doesn't matter really what you order. I would recommend, if you're doing cologne, go ahead and get some Tom Fords, some Baccarats, and LV. Guys, those are the best selling, but it's up to you what you feel like you want to order. So once you make that order, you can go ahead and pick it up at your doorstep like this. Now that you received your colognes, you're gonna wanna line them up like this and start taking photos. This is step two. It's all about listings. You wanna list them up, you wanna get them sold, so you have to list them. But the first step to that is getting good pictures. So you wanna line them up and do a bulk order post saying you wholesale them, and then you also wanna take one by one and do some nice photos like this. Get all sides, get the barcode so they can see and they can scan it and search it up and get them posted. Once you guys take your photos of your colognes, you're gonna wanna go ahead and list them on places like Facebook Marketplace. This I have found to be the best, and it's where I get most of my sales, but you wanna list on places like eBay, OfferUp, and places like that. But once you get all your listings up, you'll get a ton of messages just like that. So once you get your messages, you're gonna wanna answer them. You can negotiate, you can do whatever you want, go to the price you want. Doesn't really matter. I found the sweet spot is about $160 for most of these, not for the Dior and some of these other ones because they are a bit cheaper, but for these $500 ones, $350 that are very, very popular, and like another $350, you can list them, at least get easy $160. When you're talking to them and you're choosing a meet spot, don't meet at your house. You are selling replicas. Even though I tell people I'm selling replicas, it's just never a good idea to meet at your house. You don't know what kind of person you're meeting or anything like that. So play it safe. You can say you can meet them halfway if they're kind of live far, just to make it a motive for them to come buy your cologne. If you're needing listing photos for your colognes, I have a few in my Discord for some of them and a lot of other free resources you guys could check out. That'll be in the second link below. You guys can check that all out. It's free. Now that you're selling and actually meeting up with people, this is where you're gonna be getting rid of your stock. You're gonna be selling, getting rid of all your stock until you have little to none left. But you're gonna wanna order when you're about halfway done with your stock so you can always stay replenished. Because when you don't have one that somebody wants, you automatically lose out on the sale, and that's just losing money. But you should never just go willy-nilly and spend your money. you have to reinvest it. Otherwise, you're not going to hit that 10K a month mark or make the figures you're trying to make. So you have to start restocking and reinvesting. Even I have free resources on label printers and stuff like that in that Discord that you guys can check out, and it'll help you boost your sales, reselling, and bring down some costs. But you guys have to reinvest in this business at least until you hit at least like 100 colognes a week orders. Then you don't really have to worry. All that profit you could take and pocket yourself and have a system going. Now that you're reinvesting though, you're gonna wanna tap into other niches, such as Rolexes, spider hoodies, electronics such as AirPods. I wouldn't totally recommend phones, but you could do phones and everything else I've listed. That's why I totally recommend getting the all vendors bundle. Then you don't have to worry about after you tap out of colognes, or you could do multiple to maximize profits, but you don't have to worry about going back and buying more. But the one tip I promise you guys is using keywords. On Facebook Marketplace, you want to use keywords so your listing, instead of being down here, it'll be all the way up here like this one, even though these are just a For You page or like cars and stuff. But you want your listing higher up, so it's one of the first things people click. So make sure you guys use keywords, especially for colognes. You could use perfume, cologne, scent, fragrance, smells, anything like that, just to boost your listing up to the top. But that's my experience reselling colognes. I'm scaling and scaling every week, doing better and better. But you guys have to tap into this before it gets too big and saturated, so you could start making bread too. Guys, don't miss out on this opportunity. You guys can get my vendors in the first link below. The Discord is in the second, and my socials will be tagged below too. If you guys have any questions, you guys can ask me in the Discord or on my socials. Feel free to DM me.